Hey everyone, it's KittyBit, and we are here with Axel today, and we're going to be opening up the newly released NiER Automata. This one is the Bring Arts 6-inch figure. This is the Yorha 2B and the Machine Lifeform. Let's take a look at the box art. It's a highly articulated figure. This one's an action figure. It's actually meant to be you can actually pose her, you play with her a little bit, unlike a lot of the figures out there where it's pretty much strictly for looks. There's the Bring Arts Square Enix set.
Axel's just gonna sit here in the lap for a moment.
He's gonna watch.
Are we doing it right? I think we are.
He's like, this cannot continue. He's like, well, if you can pet me, it can continue. Ah, the smell of fresh new plastic as you open a box. Alright, on the inside of the box, we've actually got some artwork there.
Some Yorha.
Got the Yorha emblem. Looks like we've got some instructions. Glory to mankind. Alright. So, let's see here. Looks like we've got a pretty complex plastic coffin here. We've got our stand, protective layer, and now we get to 2B herself.
Some of your buddies there.
Yep. So we're going to open it from underneath so the parts don't go just everywhere. Alright, so you get four different types of hands. 2 lefts, 2 rights. Looks like this is going to be trying to look at the instruction. Oh, this is the it goes into the bottom of the head here.
Oh, so you can attach it?
Yep. So first off, let's take a look at 2B herself.
She looks a little mad.
Well, I mean, when your whole existence is just there, you know, so if you just exist to fight machines.
Yeah, I guess you'd be a little mad.
Yeah, a little bit. So as far as points of articulation, we've got the ankles, move back and forth.
Oh, Axel wants to see.
Look at this point of articulation. He's like, it's a point of caticulation. You gotta tickle the cat. We've got articulation at the knees. The legs pivot in and out. And looks like full range of movement in the hips. Shoulders. Got a bit of give up and down, but the tops of her sleeves kind of keep her from moving too far. Articulated at the elbow, of course. The wrists articulate left, right, and around. And of course, head movement. Speaking of that, we have 2 heads. Man, they make it so you can't really get in. I should have had you unbox this with your nails. Alright, we're going to take everything else out before we start pouring that out. Let's take a look at our Machine Lifeform.
Nissan.
He's pretty articulated. So the arms, a little bit stiff, but they feel pretty solid. Looks like they can move up, down, as well as to the sides.
He's
Elbows.
still interested.
He's just like, I want to touch your boots. They're so pretty. Oh. We've got, looks like, does that turn? No, it doesn't turn at the wrist. So this little turn here. Hi. So of course, he has the bucket. And the feet move just back and forth. The ankle parts actually do move as well, so they're just quite stiff. We have the bucket. The bucket has a hinge, look at that.
Where's the oil though?
Where is the oil? So we want to put the bucket on his head. Oh, his hand fell off.
Oh, what have you done?
He's fine. All the parts come apart, but real easy to throw them all back together. So the bucket is actually dented, like, just right, so it fits on his head. So even if you don't have his hands perfectly set.
Works out okay.
Here's the pod. We'll need to get the stand for him.
Word.
And this does come with the ring, the gravity ring that holds them.
Oh, cool.
So now that we're just down to a few parts, we can go ahead and tip this, bring them out. All right. So we have the other head here to be without her blindfold.
We're just being a spaz over here.
Is she?
Maybe I can move over here. She can be entertaining. Right here. Yeah. What's she doing? What's she doing?
All right, now let's address this stand.
He's very interested in the stand.
He seems pretty interested in just about everything. Of course, she's being crazy. Luckily, the cats are here, because I can't imagine it would be too terribly interesting to watch me pulling stuff out of this plastic. He is really after. Like everything I put on the table, he's
been poking it?
He's been trying to pull it off the table.
I missed it. Do it again. Of course, she's back being silly.
These claws are difficult to get out of here. Alright, so there's all the parts of our stand. Alright, so it shows here we just attach this to any of these positions. We'll just go ahead and, for the sake of simplicity, go for the center.
Balance.
There we go. And then that goes, oh dear. This is the part that holds both of them. So it slides onto that one.
Turn it.
And
Oh, okay.
Looks like it's this way. Oh, there we go. So the circle part, if it'll zoom in, the circle faces the hinge. And once you get it, you gotta put a little elbow grease into that. So you've got a few holes here, if it'll focus. A few holes here. One is gonna be
For the pod?
yeah, one's for the pod, one is for 2B. So that goes onto there. This is going to be what holds 2B. Goes left and right. And there's also one for her It looks like for the sword. This one goes into here and holds the pod so it floats. Yeah, there's a little hole at the bottom of the pod there. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
That hole seems to be significantly larger than what the pod can take. So I think it shows in the diagram that the larger side, the longer side, goes into this. So that seems awfully... It doesn't seem to match with the hole on the pod, though.
Yeah, it has to be the other way.
Does it match here? Yeah, it looks like that's closer to matching. Yeah, it actually fits. So the diagram is wrong there. Because as you can see here, it shows the little part goes into the pod and the longer part, but it's actually the reverse, which I hope that's not going to throw it off too much as far as how it sits.
Yeah, it looks like it might have him sitting backwards-ish. Like, kind of tipped back.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, as long as he's floating, it should work out.
Yeah, that doesn't look too bad so far. You're back, buddy. What you doing? Oh no.
Uh-oh. He's here to destroy, but we can't allow him. Can't allow him. So the other one here is going to be, you put it on this hole. Do you have this? Mm-hmm. You put this ring.
And that's where the katana's gonna go?
Yep.
Not fitting?
It is fighting me.
Hmm.
But, I mean, these kind of things usually will. There we go. So now we have that. The sword slides in one of these ways. There we go. Looks like it slides in that far. So you now have the ring. Alright, we're going to pause for a sec while we figure out the rest of this. Alright, so we've done this one so far. You can see she's got the sword there, the pot above her.
Having it focus. There you go.
The bow here actually moves, as Sasha discovered, to hide the kind of awkward joint lines in the hip.
Yeah, so you can have it, like if you want to do a different pose, you could have it blown back, it'll twist.
Alright, let's get on to the next pose. Alright guys, before we get to the poses with her and her sword, the hands for the sword are open at the fingertips, but instead of trying to jam it in there, what you'll want to do is just pops right open. You can simply slide that into her hand, and then the sword goes right back together. That way you don't end up accidentally damaging any parts by trying to force them. And here we've got an intimidating walking pose. Sword out to her side. We've moved the clip down to her hips where it belongs, her waist. Instead of tethered around her neck like she's some kind of prisoner in an old 80s or 90s movie with a bomb collar around her neck. No, 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 no. No. That's 2B's head. I swear I'm getting her into a new dynamic pose. We're just trying to defend her non-blindfolded face against these organic creatures.
Oh no.
Heads will roll, it seems. The organic creatures are winning over machine Lifeforms. No. Let's not. I'm gonna put this aside. I'm gonna put her head in a bucket. Alright, so here we go. We've done our best to copy this right here. This is a difficult pose because you can't use the stand. You actually have to bring it in like at an angle. And you may not have this organic threat behind her like we do. But there you have it. Very organic, very dynamic pose. I like this one. You can see the sword behind her.
Bucket list dude.
You could even.
He's
She's making him do push-ups. All right, let's go do the next one. Alrighty, guys, we've done the last pose here. Went ahead and put her at her non-blindfolded face. And the pod's gonna carry her away while her own hands and her sordid past remain behind. So now she can go off. I don't know, something better. Well, alright, guys. This video got a little bit long because we were just playing with our toys too much. So, just in review, you get everything in the box. You get 2B and her crazy posable self, all the articulation, the 2 heads, blindfolded and non-blindfolded. She has 6 hands. She has open grip, she has half grip, and she has grip. And then she's got the pod here and this awesome stand. As you can see, it is holding her completely off the ground. You can also use a screwdriver to tighten up any of these hinges however you see fit. You can custom set it anywhere on here. And it is these are actually some spare parts for her neck. So if you happen to break her neck, that is a spare. And this is a spare for if you break his neck. So, they thought of everything. Guys, hope it helped you out if you were considering buying it. I think you can still get it on AmiAmi.com or the Square Enix website on their shop. And if you're wanting just a little bit of reference as to their size, let me take these hands off here because that's going to get a little bit. We're going to toss them up here with 2B and 9S. That bucket looks pretty precarious, but
it does.
So 2B next to her former self. It looks like I need to tighten this stand. And she just barely makes the cut.
Looks like they're roughly the same size, maybe.
Yep.
Just a little bit bigger.
Pretty much right next to each other. So, guys, as always, thank you for watching. And, you know, we don't like to ask for subs or likes or any of that stuff. So, but we do ask you, consider opening your home and your heart, if it's within your means, to a new furry or otherwise buddy. ASPCA.org, petfinder.com. You can also Google local animal rescue and adoption. And we will see you next time. This is Raello.
And sashimi.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.